Hey guys, welcome into the Puck Reborn channel. Just want to know who's all here right now. It shows we only got 2 at the moment. Who do we got in chat right now? It's going to be an interesting one here. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun today. Or tonight, rather. So, for those that are here thus far, let me know who you are, at least if you can at least message or something. If you're looking to see some named weapons, first thing on the screen right here is the one that we got in the stream most recently. I'll zoom in here. My goodness, one of my favorites right there. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the top 5 named weapons of the week. And this is the one that I ended up getting in the stream recently. Just waiting again to see who's all here. But nonetheless. Alright. Alright, well we're going to get rolling here then. Pretty much what's going to happen today is I'm going to be going over my top 5 weapons here. We're going to go over which ones ended up coming in through my final. And I would like to get votings at least on which one is the one you guys think earns the top 5 nonetheless here. So I'm going to get rid of this one here. We'll minimize that. And so here's the first one. Dan Bailey. And I'm going to end up putting these out in a row here so that you guys can see them all. Here we go. If my screen wants me to come over here. So I need your guys' help to decide the votes here on who is number 1. I figured more of an interactive opportunity would be nice. Let's pull this over here. And here is the final weapon. Of course, everyone who submitted, the ones that made the top 5, it was difficult. I actually had a crap ton of weapons that came out. And these were the ones that caught the eye the most. And then here's all the sub weapons and stuff to each one of these. So why don't we do an overlap? This is kind of how I do it when I am doing these weapons anyways. So we'll keep the long swords together, or the great swords rather, the long axe here. And we will start putting these where they need to be. We're just gonna pull this axe. This was the axe that I had already. Let's see if I can't pull that up real quick here. Where are you at? There we go. So this was the thing. I honestly, guys, I just don't want to put my weapon. I don't want to pit it up, but I want to show you guys the weapon that I ended up getting here. The Northern Vengeance, this damage is absolutely insane. You know, looking at either of these weapons, either the Great Axe or the Heavy Rusty Axe, this thing goes above and beyond what any of these other weapons, I mean, just, or what either of these weapons can provide. Usually with the Heavy Rusty Axe, you know, you get lower damage, but that 50% ignoring armor is insane. When you're talking about this being a product of the Great Axe, that 52% ignoring armor is already on par with that Heavy Rusty Axe, not including the damage. And then of course everything else is basically the same. But this weapon I'm not going to actually submit just because I don't want to. This to me is a god tier axe. This is insane. This is absolutely ludicrous. So we're going to get rid of this stuff here because we're done with the axes. Now it's a matter of which one of these weapons ends up being number 1. And that's what I want to hear from you guys. If you have your opinions and stuff on here, I'm going to go over kind of my thoughts, and then I'm going to actually go and start recording some of this stuff while it's live. That's the idea here in figuring out. And then if you guys did already submit a weapon, this might be somebody who's watching right now. So that's kind of a cool deal either way. So of the weapons submitted, again, of the top 5, this is what we're looking at. We have, starting out, the Deadly Breaker. Now the Deadly Breaker, this damage increase is stupid. So you're going up, literally your damage here is on par with a Great Axe. It's just about on par with the Great Sword, you know, the 5 damage, you know, influx on the bottom end. That is pretty sweet. Will you be using the handgun for a later week? Yes, we will be. If you want to, anybody can submit a handgun and whatnot. Of course, you can do that, and then we'll put that in here. In the playthroughs, I'm using handguns. Actually, the most recent playthrough that I'm doing right now, that I streamed this morning, was it's going to ultimately be 6 to 7 handguns on the back line and a full 10 on the front line. It's going to be nuts. Hey, I am unshamefully here to support the weapon I submitted. Which one do you got? Which one are you? Which one is it? I'm assuming you got the Reddit. And Baba Ganoush, yes sir, you have that long axe. It is fantastic. The Deadly Breaker. Gosh, I love this weapon, dude. This weapon is just absurd. Yeah, let me know what. Let me know which one. You did make the top 5. If you see your weapon here, you did make the top 5. Now it's a matter of putting them in order. That is the main thing. So you guys are going to be able to see that through this stream. I'm actually going to do my, you guys get to see, I'm going to kind of show you how I do these top 5s and how I figure this stuff out. And then also I'm going to, if you guys want, after we're all done, once we get the top 5 in order, beyond me recording and you guys can hear it live, you can actually, if you want, you can see. I just want to see how people feel about it. But ODST, which one was that? I can't remember. That was, oh yeah. You, sir, have the Savage Destroyer. My God, this thing is disgusting. But for real, this weapon literally gets me all messed up inside. It really messes me up. You just made me start Battle Brothers again after months. Right on, XX. That's awesome, man. This game gets me. I mean, it gets most people. When you start looking at named items, there's some not cabin fever. There's some, what do we want to call it? Some sort of fever that ends up conjuring up inside of us. So, alright, so let's go over each weapon individually, and then we'll have a discussion. I want you guys to let me know how you would rank these. And we're going to go one at a time, and I'm going to have you rank that weapon. And instead of it being 1 out of 10, 1 to 10, that's not good enough. We have to get really minute. We're going to go from 1 up to 100, okay? 50 being it's pretty much on par with the basic weapon, okay? Anything farther than that, I'll let you know what that number means. I'm kind of using a D&D-esque type of scale. So I'm going to have you give me a specific number for each one of these. So starting out, we're going to look at Aussie D. What's the difference between the Bardiche and the normal axe? The normal axe, in fact, maybe I shouldn't have deleted that real quick. Well, I didn't delete it. Here, hold on one second. I'll pull it up right now. I have every single weapon I have already saved and put aside, so we can. Here's the great axe. I'll kind of put this. You know what we'll do? I'm gonna go like this here real quick. There you go. Did you want to see for the long axe? We'll put it over here with the long axe, so that way we can do all axe comparison. There we go. And then these guys can be like this down here. Not quite like that. There we go. Yeah, the main thing is I want you guys to have this interaction with this stuff. So once again, we're at Aussie D. We're going to look at his weapon first. So it's the Deadly Breaker. Now the Deadly Breaker is getting a jump from 70 up to 80 in terms of just the flatline damage. When we get to the top end, so that was a 10. That was a 10 increase. When we're talking about the top end damage, you're going from 95 up to 108. 108. So what is that? I think that's 14 if my math is correct. No, it's not. It's 12. No, it's 13. Good night, guys. I cannot. It's 13. So 13 extra on the top end. So you're getting a boost pure across the board damage, which is going to, of course, raise all of your ignoring armor and effectiveness against armor. So that is pretty dang intense. Oh, the song that's playing in the walls. Dunberg, yes, my favorite BB song. Yeah, I ended up pulling up the full soundtrack, so it's like 2 hours long. Yes, this is one of my favorites as well, this one. So anyways, the damage is on par with the Great Axe. That's insane. So you're getting, not only are you able to hit somebody right in front of you, but you're able to hit from 2 spaces away. And then the other boost that we are getting, or the decrease rather, is the max fatigue. What sounds crazy is that this weapon can actually be used on a Nimble Brother. So this is a unique build. Sometimes people think that unique builds are based on the actual stats that you give them. You may have a high amount of melee defense, a lot of high melee, but really what makes this so unique is that you can have it on a Nimble Brother or any kind of brother that just doesn't have the fatigue, and he can just take a shot. Or the one, what is it? The no fatigue builds. this is a perfect example of a great weapon with that. So really, the biggest thing is you get the massive jump in terms of damage, and then of course the fatigue drops, so you're getting a little more fatigue, which isn't the end of the world. But what do we think about this? What is your guys' opinion on this weapon here? What I want you to do in the comment section below, please give me a rating from, let's go, yeah, from 1 up to 100. Whatever that number is, I'm going to write it down. So I'll give you guys a second to do that. Let me know, how do you rate this Deadly Breaker? 1 to 100. And yes, Baba Ganoush, as this is your weapon, so you can, I'm not going to exclude your vote. But nonetheless, let's hear what you guys have to say about that. The other big thing that's kind of cool about this is it has a lot of durability. You're going from 72 up to an 86. That is beautiful. That is awesome. So again, let me know in the comment section below. If I'm giving this a rating, I don't want to compare it to all of these. I just want to see what your guys' rating is for this one, because if we start comparing right away, we can make it kind of mesh them together in a sense. You can kind of get a better feel for how good the weapon actually is. So usually when you guys do submit a weapon, I give it a grade, what my grade would be. And then I do a grade on another one. Then I put the two and I pit them. So that's how that kind of works. That's how that goes. So you're going to go with an 85. We have an 85. So here we go. So Deadly Breaker. 85. Got 185. Anybody else? Another 85? 2 85s? That's a pretty high score. That's a high score. Wait, this is mine. I thought it was too old. How old was it? How old was this weapon when you ended up getting it? That's the main thing. I know when we talked before, there was a different weapon you told me was too old. I think I still have it. I saved it too, your weapon, your other weapon. I'd have to go back. But anyways, yeah, so again, guys, if you're new into the chat here, just so you know, we're doing a rating system right now, 1 to 100. We're on Deadly Breaker. I want to get your guys' full number. And 85 is a really high number. That's like, hey, man, if I'm going to kill something to try to get this thing. All right, well, I've had a really good experience with this and really good with Berserk. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. So, Baba Ganoush, what do you give this as a grade? You've used other weapons, of course, with this. What would your grade be for this? And it's okay. You can, be honest about it. I know somebody who would probably submit their weapon would go 85. The only reason it's 85 is the long axe don't get really be used as primary weapon. This one could definitely do it. All right, so an 80. All right. I'm gonna give everybody a chance. If you guys are still in the chat, give me another. I'll give it 2 more minutes here. If you're in the chat and you'd like to tell me what it is what grade you'd give this, let me know. And of course, you can always chat anything else on there that you want to talk about with this. Yeah, long axes are interesting. I love using them because really the damage is incredibly high, and especially now that bill hooks have gotten a debuff. I believe their damage now is 55 to 80, whereas these baseline is 70 to 95. That's amazing. You think about it, that's a lot of damage. Now the difference is there's a greater effectiveness against armor with bill hooks, which I believe is 130. But with this damage being so high as it is, I mean, you look at the scaling between it. This is actually, long axes are really close to bill hooks now. They weren't before. Bill hooks are not. They were definitely the top end pole arm that you'd end up be going after. So, okay, well, we're gonna move on then. We're gonna go into the next one here. So the next one is Grimlong Blade. Grimlong Blade. We're gonna put these two together, and the reason. Let me know. Say what it is. Oh, what the heck! I just realized this one doesn't have a name. Oh. Well, just call it Dan. This is Dan's Blade. We'll have to call it Dan's Blade. So here we go. Grimlong Blade versus Dan's Blade. Look at the two. Because they're the same weapon, they are different, right? The damage is going to be different. I think it's clear which one is the better one, but let's look at what makes these things tick. So The Grimlong Blade, starting with this, the damage goes from 105 to 123. That is an insane amount of damage. You're going up from 85 up to 105. That's 20 bottom, or from the bottom up damage. And then you're talking about the top end being 23. That's 23 extra damage. Now again, that pushes the percentages between when you look at 25 to 100. When this thing hits, you always have the potential of doing 25 hit point damage plus, which is pretty dang amazing if you're asking me. Let's see. The guy I used this weapon with was a frontliner, and that worked really well versus honor guards who are just chilling in the back and nobles and stuff. Oh yeah, for sure. If I could build out a whole front line with where they could rotate between a two-hander and like a bill hook. I did it in one run. It was with Legends mod where every one of my front lines had a pole arm. It took a lot of fatigue, but a pole arm and a two-handed weapon in their pocket so they could just switch out and go to town. The bill hooks are fun on the front line because you can pull people up to the line in the first turn. It's amazing, that part. But either way, so the Grimlong Blade, getting back into this, you know, the baseline damage gets a boost, so you automatically know that this is a very dangerous weapon in terms of just hitting in general. The other cool thing that's really that really matters a lot for any kind of greatsword is the durability. You're going from 72 up to a 96. That is insane, guys. That is literally insane. When we're talking about greatswords, we're talking about the AoEs, the constant hits. Those AoEs are doing a lot to the weapon itself. And then finally, you get the chance to hit the head, which is 22. You're going from 5 up to 22, so not only does this thing have a great deal of damage, but when it does hit the head, it's going to absolutely obliterate the head on contact. The Nameless Longsword has a mid-max attack roll, and one shy away from max roll range. It's 110 to 130, I believe. That is correct. Yep, wow, and I want to change the first axe to 80 now, too. Okay, best gamer in the world. Welcome back, man. You don't miss one of these. You do not miss one of these. Okay, so here we go. Did you already vote gamer, or best gamer? No? I will put you down for an 80 on the top one. So we have 4 votes on the top one here, this Deadly Breaker. So let's see, I'm going to start with Longblade. And alright, so we're going to start with Grimlong Blade. What do you guys want to vote on this one here? 1 to 100 if you guys are just entering in or you've been here just a little bit. What I'm doing is each one of these, we just got done with the Deadly Breaker. If you want to give a grade for that, leave it in the comment section below. We're doing a scale from 1 to 100. So let me know what you guys think about that. And then also, now we're on Grimblade. Give me a 1 to 100 grade, and it can be 87 if you wanted to, or if you want to say 79. You can do either of those, that's fine. Alright, so Baba Ganoush is going to give the Grimlong Blade a 75. And then this one here, I'm going to call it the Dan's Great Sword is what I'm going to call that one when we get to it. But Great Sword, okay. Next one, let's see here, for the sword. Yep, I got you down for the Grimlong Blade as 75. So guys, let me know what you guys think. Okay, we got 78, 78, and 81. Very good. Who else? Anybody else want to put a score down? We have... Who didn't score yet? XX, are you still there? Do you have a number you'd like to throw down on this? Anybody else watching, feel free to let me know. I'm all about it. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is if you just announce which one. We're going to move on to the next one so we can keep this thing rolling. But if you do want to give a grade, just give your grade and then say the name of the weapon. So that way I know. Even if you want to just put Grim, I'll know right away because this is the only one with Grim. So let's get into the next one then. I'll be watching. I'm going to keep my eyes over on the side here as well. Alright, so Dan's Blade. Let's get into this masterpiece. It's got a damage of 110 to 129. That is absurd. Again, we're talking about going from 85 up to 110. That's 25 base damage jump. Base damage. So when you hit something, you're at that 110 mark, benchmark, which is insane. And then your top end is 129, and it was brought up earlier already by who was it that said it? Oh yeah, it's AII. I don't know. AI. I don't know how you say it, but nonetheless, I did get your other name. You said which? Oh, ODS. ODS. We'll go with that. ODS. I always get it mixed up with everybody, but nonetheless, ODS brought it up too. Literally your top end for damage that you can get on a possible famed or named greatsword is 130. So you're doing 110 to 130 damage of freaking sword. Any hit with this thing is going to be devastating to anything. And then, like I always say, when you have your base damage jump, it affects everything else. So 80 or 38 damage ignoring armor. I mean, come on now. That's 13 on the bottom, 13 jump in terms of ignoring armor. So you're going to do an absurd amount of damage. Starting out, you'll do 40 damage if you hit the top end of 38, and you have the potential of about 50 hit point damage. So you do an AoE swing, over the head swing, what still? Let's see here. It's already running. Okay, cancel. Can you guys still hear me? Is it still going here? It says it's not. There we go. Okay. Let me know that you guys can still hear me or that it's still going on here. Sorry about that. For some reason the internet ended up, like I lost internet for a moment there. That was really weird. Holy crap, Baba Ganoush. Yeah, on my computer it ended up, for some reason the internet, like the router did something. I think it reset itself or something. That was crazy. Lost a few of the people. Alright, so here we go. So Baba Ganoush is going to give Dan's blade, or Dan's greatsword, he's giving it a 96. Holy bucket nuts, guys. That is a hell of a number there. 93. What else do we got here? I thought my internet was tripping. Same, me too. That was crazy. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Alright, so best gamer in the world, you got one for me? You got a number for me on the Dan's blade right here. Dan Bailey, Cooper, his blade. Actually, I might be able to... Let me see if I can't pull the actual image. Let's go to images here. I may have actually deleted it already. Because, yeah, I did. So that's all right. I can get it later. I would give it a 80 or an 89. Very good. It's crazy. It's amazing how you... My favorite thing about doing this, just live even, is just seeing what you guys think. Like, everybody has a different opinion on weapons. Some people live and die by the greatsword. My brother, Redemption, he is a huge fan of greatswords. He thinks that it's like a great named greatsword. Okay, that's the main thing there. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much, it's how you look at it. The damage plus the armor penetration is so good. I think the late game, it's all about the ignore armor damage. Yeah, I mean that's really what it is. Think about this. What makes a barbarian, any barbarian, so deadly? What makes it so dangerous when you face a chosen? It's because they can get into your health. That's really the big deal right there. And that's one thing that Dan Bailey's blade is going to do. That weapon is going to rip people up. So also, guys, if you do pitch in, I should have said this at the beginning, I have it noted down here, but anybody who does pitch in and gives me a number, I will put you in the video as a helping hand. So your name will come up. I don't know if I'm going to have it as credits at the very end, or it'll be in the description, or I'll put it in the comment section. Either way, I will put you guys in there, so I do appreciate the help figuring this out. As a top weapon, it doesn't cut armor as well as a frontliner. Yep, I agree. I'm biased because I love hammers. Me too, my man. Hammers, two-handed hammers are my favorite weapon in the game. I am completely... That's what made it so hard. If you guys watched the last episode or the episode before, the Fallen Heroes Pecker, that one's always going to go down in infamy. That's my favorite, man. I love that weapon. But I got to be real about it. I gotta try not to be biased. It could synergize with hammers for sure. Really is, it's your damage range, your damage ignore armor, that where the morale check and juicy injury start to kick in. Oh, for sure. Yeah, because that's what it's about. That's how you get the morale checks in general. Like, you can get great morale checks. If you do an AoE and you're able to cut into somebody, that's one reason why I love two-handed warhammers, or two-handed hammers rather, is because the damage that you're doing into their health is causing a morale check. And that morale check can spark other morale checks to other brothers around them. And that's where this sword is going to be so devastating, because of the true damage that you're going to exude into whoever you're hitting. So, all right, so that one we got down. We have that one in order here. So now let's get into the next one. Now this is going to be an interesting. We're taking a huge left turn, as if the Deadly Breaker wasn't a left turn. Now we're going to get into Mitch 2 Dragon, his weapon here with Necromancer's Bodkin. Now, the Bodkin weapon here is absurd. It's almost the top end damage that you can get for the dagger. And on top, so really you're going from 30 up to 39. I believe the top end is 40, and then the top end is 60 for this weapon. So you can get 40 to 60 damage per shot. Like, guys, that is, like, really take a moment to think about this. You know, let me give you a weapon to kind of put it in perspective. You guys know the Military Cleaver. The Military Cleaver is 40 to 60 damage. The one-handed fighting axe is 35 to 55. This thing is doing more damage than those weapons, or just about as much as the Military Cleaver. And if you have the mastery, you get 3 shots with this stinking weapon. Now, granted, you're not getting the 70%, you're not getting the 103% effectiveness against armor, but you are getting that ignoring armor, which this thing lives and dies by, especially when you have somebody netted. So you're looking at 35% ignoring armor compared to the 20. So that's 15 extra percent ignoring armor. My goodness. Oh, okay, so it's 39 to... So the 39 is the base. So it was only one away from the 59. I thought it was 60. Either way, this thing is nuts, okay? The damage itself, that one extra isn't going to break the bank, but being so close to a Military Cleaver in terms of the damage alone is absurd. So let me know what you guys think about this one. The damage plus the armor penetration is insane. 3 to 4 hits with this weapon, you bet. And the best part too is that it's very... Like, the fatigue cost to use this weapon is 6 per shot if you're using the mastery. Absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. Complete absurdity. So here we go. So what would you guys rate this weapon as? Would you... Oh, again, if you're new to the stream, if you want to give your input on this, I'm gonna put whoever ends up giving me a number, I'll put you in the video at either the end or in the comments and pin it, whatever it is, to show who ended up helping me figure these out. So again, this is the Necromancer Bodkin, and that is... Yeah, okay, so now we just need numbers here. Imagine this with the Viper. Oh my gosh, I know. It's a sweet dream for Gladiator Run. Oh, is it not? That dagger, bro. Yes, this dagger. It's pretty crazy, though. I gotta see what the... if somebody's got a second, I know... ODS... or ODST, you have... I'm assuming you have the page up right now to see the named weapons, their top end. What is the top end for effectiveness against armor if you have that up right now? I would give this a 93 simply because you can't always use the dagger. That's true. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. The only thing I'm going to say, just remember too, sometimes you can't compare apples to coconuts, right? Because this is a coconut and that's an apple. In terms of other apples, how good is this weapon? That's kind of how you gotta look at it. So we got a... So Baba Ganoush, 93. Best gamer in the world. As a dagger, it's a 95 for me. Okay, 95. Next one, 93 for ODS. 93. And then let's see what else we got. But it's very powerful, and I'm looking at this from the perspective where or use it all the time. That's perfect. Yep, that's how you should. Actually, yeah, I'm switching to 93. Oh, wait, I already at 93. LOL. Okay, 36% is the high end for ignoring armor, so it's one away from both those. That's insane. What's the percentage effectiveness against armor as the top end? Just out of curiosity. I should just pull this thing up. I could do it too. I can quickly do that. I already have it saved on here, so it's pretty easy to get to these. Okay, named legendary. And let's see. Give me just a second here. Well, if you wanna let me know, I'll switch back over. Yep. So ignoring armor or effectiveness against armor can go up to 100%. Good lord, that's insane. On 3 shots, so this thing can get up to 100% effectiveness against armor. That's absurd. Yeah, that's absurd. Okay, it's capped. Yep. All right, so anybody else, if you're watching this, feel free to let me know. If you guys vote 1 to 100, I will put you in the video as a contributor to help make the numbers here. So yeah, this is great, freaking great. Absolutely love it. Good scores here. It actually kind of puts everything in perspective pretty quickly, just looking at it, looking at the averages. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Again, you guys can vote at any point for any of these weapons. Just let me know. Let me check and make sure. Yeah, we're about to run out of time on the music. Let me just go back. This is one of my favorites right here, that sound. Okay, here we go. Next one, the last one. Save the best for last, right? All right. So ODS, which is in the party right now, he's AII. I think that's right. II Captain. No, but he has the Savage Destroyer, and this thing is all that in a bag of chips, man. You're going. Let's look at the durability, because I have to go somewhere. I'm gonna go with the durability first. First, you're going from a 64 to an 86. So again, this thing has the test of time. When I bring that up, it's mostly because when you're facing the monolith, there is a lot of enemies, and if you're facing the Sea of Tents, you're going to face a lot of heavily armored enemies, and that does wear on these blades. If you ever watch somebody go into a solo run, they have to use 2 axes because of how durability breaking intensive these type of fights are. Now after that, let's get into the damage. Look at this damage. 75, going from 75 up to 97. That's a 22 increase on the baseline, almost 100 damage. And then you're going from 95 up to 123. So that is going to be 28 top end damage boost. Absurd. Now axes, as we all know, you get that bonus hit from, because it's an overhead strike, you hit the head then the body, so you're gonna get crits out the butthole with this thing. And then of course your ignoring armor gets a boost from 40 up to 52. That is 12% increase. Good night. You can easily get a 50 injury, 50 hit points of damage off of 1 shot on this thing. This can effectively kill an ancient undead, or the ancient undead, in 1 shot, the honor guards even. So yes, and of course the effectiveness, and just remember, this all boosts everything else. Everything that was already boosted. This is actually, the 12% is actually like almost 60%, because probably 60%, because you're jumping up this base damage up so high. Whew, that is a dangerous weapon, my friends. Also good for tournament, you bet it is. And the ability to overhead strike 2 people in a row. Like, yes, you can do it with the greatsword, but what's nice about this is there's so much damage that can be put on 2 brothers at the same time, hitting the backline with a what the heck is it called? The pole arms, for instance. It's like killing a pole arm user is pretty easy when you have this thing. Got to freaking love that. Then the max roll. So ODS just brought this up. The max roll that you can get is a 56. So that is nasty. When I use this thing, I just use it every turn to delete someone. Yeah, it's like it's a natural coding device, right? All right, the damage ignore is huge. Yes, Yes, it is. All right, so with that being said, guys, here we are once again. Give me a number 4, the Savage Destroyer. Now, something that's interesting is when I do these videos, I do it on the fly. Like, literally, everything I say is not scripted out or anything. It's just whatever comes to my head. So you guys will be able to hear that in a bit here once we get these in order. This will melt Orc Warriors. Yes, it will. Oh, without a doubt. This thing is going to just... It'll eat anything in the game, really. It's... Then this is one of my favorite named weapons, too, in the game. When you get a really good one, it's special, and these are so unique. How many people do you see playing the game using this weapon? The Bardiche is a weapon that not a lot of people use, I don't feel, or that you don't see a lot of. So here we go. Once again, if you're in the chat, guys, give me a 1 to 100. What is your score for this weapon? How intense is the Savage Destroyer? Where do you rank this in terms of other axes as well? So you can even look at this too, the axe difference here, because it does matter. I always use great axes as any, great axes go with rusty axes, go with the Bardiche, because they're all axes at the end of the day, just different abilities. So let me know what you guys think about that, and you can feel free, if it, like ODS, this is your weapon and I get it, but you can choose as well what you think. So let me know there, and then after that I'm gonna pretty much tally up the score and I'll put them in order. Okay, let's see here. I'll give it a 98. Wow, highest score yet. 98. 98 because of the damage and the damage penetration. It would get a higher score if it took less fatigue. I feel like the guy with this weapon would be the main damage dealer of the team. Yep. 97 because it's not max roll for the attack range. Completely agree. Now, and a 96. 96. Okay, anybody else? I think it would also make it, makes it safer to have super tanks because of the damage you lose from having them. Okay. Not sure if I'm reading that right. But either way, like, that is by far the strongest score. So, ODS, my man, I think you might be the winner here. You might be the cream of the crop. Your thing might be the cream of the crop here. That is fantastic. I love it, guys, man. This is great. Now, if we can get more people doing votes, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, it looks like that's going to be the final tally. Guys, I'm going to give you a second here. I'm going to give it just a second, guys, and let me know if you want to put an order to this, you can. Let me know in the comment section below. If anybody wants to put a final score, by all means do it. Otherwise, I'm going to start putting them in order here. So, starting out, the one that got the lowest score was unfortunately Grimlong Blade. Now, Grimlong Blade, that is an amazing weapon nonetheless. Like, let's not get it twisted. It's still an awesome weapon, right? But unfortunately, it's just, there's other things that kind of overshadow this weapon. The main thing is just the ignoring armor, and this thing almost gets a max roll when it's competing. That's what really makes it tough. When people submit the same weapon, just different avenues for the weapon, it's really hard. But can you say our scores again? Yes, the scores. So starting out the Grimblade, let me just put this in here. So Grimblade got 75, 78, and 81. With an average, I mean, the average is a 78. The next one would be, the next one is going to be the Deadly, is it Breaker? Yeah, Deadly Breaker. Next one in order would be the Deadly Breaker. Deadly Breaker pulled an 85, 85, 80, and also an extra 80, which I threw in there as right in the middle, so you'd be an 83 in terms of your final score. The 83 essentially is just that this is not your normal main weapon, is kind of what the argument seemed to be, but ultimately is a devastating weapon nonetheless because it has on par with a great axe. So then the next weapon after that is going to be, and this is where it gets really tight here. Wow, that's crazy. So the next one is actually going to be, oh, I think it's in order here. Sorry, I just am averaging here. Okay, so the next one is going to be Dan Bailey Cooper. And Dan Bailey, he ended up with his... Just want to make sure, I'm going to write it down. Hang on one second here, guys. Just want to make sure I got this right here. Deadly. And then Dan GS. Okay. So Dan's great sword ended up getting the next score. It was a 96, 93, and then the 89. Now, had it not been for the 89, it was right there with Mitch to Dragon. I mean, like very, very close. Now, Mitch to Dragon, this next one, the Necromancer's Bodkin ended up getting a 93, 95, 93, which makes it effectively a 94-93 average, whereas the Dan Bailey Cooper would have been a 92, unfortunately, for that drop. Just enough. It just barely beat out that weapon. That's insane. And then finally here, guys, the winner is going to be ODS with his Bardiche, this amazing stinking weapon. I don't know what to say. Honestly, guys, if I had to make it, his average was a 97. He had a 98, 97, and a 96. The average ends up being a 97, by far the highest here. But yeah, awesome deal here. And if you guys want, it's up to you. If you want me to do this, I can start doing some of this live here for you. Now, I do have to cut the audio to the music because otherwise OBS will record. But you guys can kind of hear what I'm doing and how I mess up. And if you want to listen to that, by all means you can. Isn't that amazing, though? So I appreciate everybody end up giving a vote here on these. If you, like, we're past the voting stage, everything's done. But just know, going forward, if we do this again, which I'm sure we will, this was a lot of fun. I like the interaction, too. But yeah, this, the averages, so good. So if you guys want to stick around, I will start doing my recording and you guys can see how that all goes. Let me know that you guys are interested in that and then we'll do it. Otherwise, we'll cut the stream. But these are from going from Cameraby. Hey buddy, what's up, Charles? What's going on, man? You came in at the last second, man. What the heck? Glad to have you. So this is the order. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So let's start out. I'm going to start recording here, guys. If everybody starts leaving and whatnot, then we'll end up calling it. Otherwise, I'm going to continue. You guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to cut the music for a moment because I need to... And you guys get to... This is the greatest thing. I love this because then you guys get to see... Okay, how about this? I want to do one more thing. One more thing, actually. I have to know the truth about this. Can't believe I missed it all but the end. No, you're not. This doesn't have to be the end. I would like to see what goes on behind the scenes. Cool. Hey, guys. And welcome and bye. Hey, man. Trick-or-treating with the kiddos. She was a spider. Gwen. I'm going to head out. See you, man. All right, man. See ya. So here's the deal. I want one more vote, guys. You can be a part of this. Where does this... What would you guys rate my Northern Vengeance? That's the final one to see. Again, the voting scale is 1 to 100. In fact, I get the music going again because I want to see what you guys would have voted this weapon here. Okay, one more thing. Yes, this one right here. Why did I say bye? I'm stupid. All right, so here we go. Give me a score, 1 to 100. This one ended up I want to see what. Just as an example, obviously you can see between the two, but what would this be rated as if you had to score it? You guys can leave it in the comment section below. 1 to 100. Now that's my axe. Now that is an axe. Yes, sir. Believe it or not, we got this in a live stream. This episode will be aired Monday. So yeah, 100. So we got 100. Anybody else? I'm not gonna put it in the top 5 just because I feel like this to me is a god tier axe. I would rate it 100 myself, but that's just me. That's not me being biased or anything either. Like if somebody submitted this weapon, I'd probably have a heart attack. This stuff gets me jacked. It gets me jacked. 85. Oh my gosh, you just killed my average. It would be between my weapon and the unarmed sword because of the armor penetration effectiveness against the damage, so like a 90. Wow. Was that our axe? Yes, it was. That's our axe, man. That's right. You were there for that. Yeah, we were fighting hard. Yeah, the Northern Vengeance is the weapon from the stream. That 130 is just too bright to even look at. Dude, it's insane. It's insane. This weapon one-shots. We were one-shotting armor, the armor, whatever they're called. The undead armor guard, that's it. Oh, it's insane. Legit insane. Okay, well, apparently based on the average, 90, 80, okay, 100, wrong. They're all wrong. Score 100. So I got 2 100s, a 90. I'm shocked by this. I'm reach axe great. Oh wait, / great sword guy. Remember what I told you guys? There's always people. Everybody's gonna have different opinions with this, and that's what I love. I love that. That's my favorite thing. The fact that you are willing to say that is what makes this worth it, because everybody has a different opinion on what weapons they love. I know people that love the great sword and will defend it till the day they freaking go into the earth. So yeah. Why do you always get good weapons? I don't know. Well, we had to sell the boat to get this weapon right here. If you remember, best gamer in the world, you know what I'm talking about. You were there. Those guys were egging me on so hard. If you go back to the live stream and watch it verbatim for how it goes, it was insane. It was literally insane. So, all right. All right, so with that being said, guys, now you get to see my craziness. You get to see how I actually do these videos. So I'm going to go into this. If we start losing a bunch of people and you guys are done, then we'll call it, and then I'll just finish this off air. I wish fencing swords were better too. Right now I'm working on a builds guide. I'm trying to make a real great fencer, but it's gonna be tough. It'll be tough to do nonetheless. So fencing swords, not many people do use them. I actually would bet that about 50% of the people, at least 50% of the people that play Battle Brothers, have never used a fencing sword. It's more of you have to have a mind, you have to have a really good mind for the initiative, a really high initiative, a good brother for it. If you have, like my guy, I ended up turning the music off, by the way, guys. But if you had a guy like the Viper, no matter if I go down to full fatigue, I still have 14, if you guys remember from the stream, I had 14 melee range, or melee and range defense, even though I was full out fatigued with dodge as my stat. So with that on top of his defense with that fencing sword would probably be devastating. All right, so I'm going to start with the intro. We're going to go with that first, and we will go from there. So now you guys get to hear how this works and how I actually do this. I'm not carrying one though for when a brother dies. Yeah, no, I don't blame you. It's very specific. It's a very specific build. All right, so starting out, I'm going to do the intro. This is how I do my intros, and I'll probably mess up 100 times, and you guys get to laugh at my misery. So, here we go. Hey guys! Oh, no, hold up a second. See? Laugh at my misery. If I don't click on the OBS screen, it does that, so. The video closing session. Here, hold on. Let me do this. It's like telling me, you can't do that. Why are you doing that, Puggo? All right. Make sure it's working. Error in the video. Too many sessions going on. Slow pay. Alright, hang on a second here. It's telling me we're getting a little bit of an error here, so let's see if I can't. I don't know if you can actually hear the doo-doo-doo. Oh, it's still recording. Okay. Hang on here, guys. There we go. Now we'll delete that. All right, let's try it again here. Hey guys, welcome into the Puggle Reborn channel. We are back with another top 5 named weapons of the week, and today we have ourselves a crazy good display of different weapons. I want to thank everybody who did come to the live stream to be able to vote on each one of these weapons. We will be doing this in the future. If you want to join the channel, just hit that like and subscribe, of course. And don't forget to join the Discord so you can throw named weapons at me and I can drool at my desk all day long. Without further ado, let's get into number 5. That was a good one. I like that. That was good. There you go. So that's my intro. And I just kind of wing it, man. I wing that. What else do we have? We can hear the arrows. Errors, yeah. I have to actually manually click on it. Otherwise, my computer's like, why are you pressing this button? Like, it's a messed up deal. I just have to click on it. So here we go. Let's go into number 5 then. This will be number 5. Let me just get this set up here. You can kind of see I got stuff falling into the screen now. And then we'll put that in as the intro. In fact, I don't need to hide this over here. You guys can see it now. I'll just kind of move it out of the way. I'll let you guys kind of see this, what I'm doing. I've got so many different audio things that I'm doing. So, all right. So now the first one here. So how do we say this? Camera B? Camera B. I'm gonna go with it. We're gonna try that out. Okay, so here we go. 3. Now this is the funny. You guys don't know about this. This is the great thing. If you watch my top 5 videos, this is gonna be funny to you because I guarantee nobody knew about this. So here we go. Got to think here. Number 5. Number 5 is the Grimlong Blade. Blah blah blah. Let's start over. Yes. Oh, I messed it up. So I actually do when you hear that number 5, I do that in the moment. I get really close to the mic and then I pull back and do it. It's too much work to have it as its own thing. Camera B. That's what Camera B. We're gonna go with camera B. I always get it wrong. It doesn't. I'm just gonna roll with it. You guys know I'm the worst when it comes to pronunciating names. See, I can't even say that. All right, here we go. Number 5. Number 5 is Grimlong Blade. This one was submitted by Camera B, and oh my gosh, this weapon. When we talk about the damage in creating people's bodies from dang it. Nope, that wasn't the one. That was not the one. You guys are gonna get this is. Also, guys, if you are enjoying this content and you have not seen the channel before, go check it out. We do have top 5 named weapons of the week. If you do have a video, this is not part of the recording, but definitely hit that like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's continue. Camera B. Grimlong Blade. Something grim. Okay, here we go. Number 5. Number 5 is the Grimlong Blade. Yes, this thing is long and it's grim and it's like something you see from a scary game or from a freaking because I don't know what I'm saying. Let's try it again. Like I literally sit here and do this I do it like 300 times. Okay, here we go. Sometimes it goes smooth. I'll go right through one time and that's it. Keep pressing the 2 instead of 1. Number 25. What are we talking about here? Number 25, Burger King footlet. If you guys want to make a suggestion in the comment section, let me know what I should compare this to. Because it's all based on just whatever comes to my head. So here we go. Number 5. Number 5 is the Grimlong Blade. Now this thing is so freaking grim. It comes out of the ground, it kills people, goes back down, goes dormant for some time, and it's a freaking long blade. It was made from the rustiest of rustiest freaking dead, undead, whatever the hell you want to say. The point is they're dead. Dead. That's what this thing is meant to do. It's meant to kill everything it sees, and it's going to make you feel good when you're doing it. I want to give a special thanks to Camera B for this stinking beautiful weapon. Let's get into what makes it tick. Starting out, the damage goes from 85 up to 100, or I'm sorry, it doesn't go up to, it starts at that. Oh my gosh, by the way, Puggo, background music in your videos is a bit too loud. it becomes a bit of a difficult to hear you. Are you talking about just in general when I have my videos in general, or are you talking about just when I had it there for a moment? Much respect doing this for a crowd. Oh, of course. It's fun, guys. I love it. You have no idea. When it's like my own little lab. I just come up with whatever comes to my head. I just let it go. So, yeah, I can definitely turn down the... See, the problem is I get people who tell me when I make my videos, they're like, oh, your music's too low. Or they say it's too loud. And I never know. Honestly, I have no idea what the right way to be is. With new handgun, I really want to see a Tarico or decoy. Formation? What is that formation? In general, I gotta go eat dinner. See ya, everybody. All right, man. Take it easy. Glad you could be here. All right, let's continue here. I gotta get this thing rolling, so here we go. All right. Number 5. Number 5 is the Grimlong Blade. Yes, this thing is so grim. It comes out of the ground. It used to be part of the freaking... What was that guy's name again? I can't remember. We'll stop that one. What was that thing? The undead... Is it the Undead Heroes? The Fallen Heroes Pecker. Okay. Okay. Can't please everyone. Hey, it is what it is. That's all right. I'm okay with it. So, I don't know. It's a tough call. Everybody has a different way they like it. Just like the great sword and stuff. People like great swords. People like the two-handed hammers. Whew. All right, here we go. Number 5. Number 5 is the Grimlong Blade. This thing is insane. It'll come out of the ground. It'll kill you. It'll kill it'll kill everybody. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. Things are going to happen, man. This thing was a cousin to the Fallen Heroes Pecker, okay? Now, that may sound disgusting. Watch my last video to know exactly what I'm talking about. Nonetheless, I want to give a shout out to Camera B for this beautiful great sword. This great sword is like no other. Let's get into what makes it tick. So starting out, your damage goes from 85 up to 105. Good freaking night. That is 20 extra damage, and you're talking about baseline. So when you hit something, you are going to obliterate it. You're going to cause that grim on their life. And then when we're talking about the top end damage, we're going from 100 up to 123. That's 23 extra freaking damage. Good night again. Again, you're going to be sleeping with dreams here. Dreaming of something nice? No. It's going to be a nightmare is what I'm talking about. And then we're going to get into the next big thing. That is the chance that the head going to 22. Again, this thing, not only with the AoE and chopping people up, it is going to rip people's heads clear off their body. Now, here's the last thing that I want to get off on this one here is the Great Sword has a durability of 72, and we're going up to a 96. That is absurd. That's great for those long-lasting battles against the Sea of Tents and etc. So this is a great number 5. And of course, you guys heard the... I'm so used to hitting the button. There you go. Whew. The Grimlong Blade, this devastating weapon forged from the tears of the widows left in the wake of its slaying. Yes. Yes, that's a good one. I like it. Can't please everyone. Okay, pike and a shot. Oh. All right, so let's see this next one. Oh, wait, here we go. Turcoyo. Am I saying that right? Turcoyo. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Formation. One ended in an era of chivalry. So I'll have to look that one up. I'll have to look that up. But here we go. Let's get into the next one here, guys. If you have an idea, like a funny little quirky word or something you want me to say, by all means, let me know. Aussie, you're still in the party, right? Where are we at on Aussie? Oh, yeah, Aussie Bobby. Or Baba Ganoush. I love that name. I freaking love that name. All right, here we go. Gotta get my breath here. I gotta get a little bit of breath here. I feel like you're sweating right now. I'm not, actually. I feel good. I have to, when you do this, you have to be bing, 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 bing. Otherwise, my goal is to be in the 300s right here. So let's rename that. We'll go to 5. Okay, next one. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. Hang on. I gotta remember to actually click it, otherwise we get that error. Error. Hey, Mr. Peepo. Peepo, I like that. Close enough. Here we go. Nope. Let's try that again. Number 4. Number 4 is the Deadly Breaker. Now this is truly embedded deadliness that will embed itself into your back, into your face, and tear you in half. Oh, it's so sweet. It's just a deadly. It's a deadly breaker. What do you want me to tell you? What do you want me to tell you? It's freaking amazing. I want to give a shout out to Aussie D. Thank you for this submission. This weapon really is a beautiful one that I'm excited to go over. So let's get into what makes this thing tick on the back line. So you're going with the damage 80 to 108. Well, I already messed it up. I messed it up already. Went too far. Let's try that again. I got to do the comparison of the long axe to the Deadly Breaker. Some people don't know. A lot of people don't know how these weapons, how good they actually are. That's why I like having this this example here. In fact, let's swing this over. Try her again. Try her again. Here we go. Number 4. Number 4 is the Deadly Breaker. Now this thing is deadly as hell. It's going to break all of your bones. It's going to split you in half. It's going to make your mama go, please don't do it. And then she just straight up dies behind you because this thing has a reach of 2. So yeah, she's gone. But nonetheless, I want to give a shout out to Aussie D for this amazing weapon. You don't think a lot of these weapons, these two-hand reach weapons, to be in the front line. This thing has all that and more to do just that. So starting out, let's go into the long axe and what it brings. Its damage is 70 to 95. Now this deadly son of a gun, I am getting ahead of myself. Okay. Are you guys laughing at my misery down there? Wait. You first said my axe, then Aussie D's. Do you want me to, did I say Baba Ganoush originally? If you want me to say Aussie D, do you want me to say Aussie D or you want me to say Baba Ganoush? I'm just basing it, the reason I went with that is just because of, what the heck is it called? This guy right here. This guy. What the heck is this? What do we call this here? Discord. Good Lord. Could not think of Discord. How about that? Do you want Baba Ganoush? We can go with Baba Ganoush. I can switch it up. Aussie D. ACDC. I'll wait for you, man. You let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go with Aussie D. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, he ended up saying as soon as I hit the record. What does it say? It says, no problem. It said Aussie D. No, you said Aussie D. I'm not Aussie D. You can say Baba Ganoush. Okay, I'll say Baba Ganoush. Didn't you put it as Aussie D? Isn't it Aussie D? Now I gotta look. You got me looking here. I thought Aussie D submitted this weapon. I know it's in our chat. It's in our chat here on Discord, so it'll take me just a second. I want to double check. Ooh, that's embarrassing otherwise. Everybody's got different names. I keep finding that when I get messages on them. It is right about up here somewhere. Announcements. Okay, either way, we'll go with Baba Ganoush. That's fine. Baba Ganoush. Let's see, where is it? I do have that. I do have one that's almost identical. Oh, okay. That might be the deal right there. That might be it. There was somebody who has this weapon, and they did submit it. I just gotta find the dang thing here. No, it's not in the top 5. I don't know where the heck. I think it was posted in general. Not to hold you guys up or anything. Of course, Aussie just brought up a weapon here. Okay, it's coming up. I can see it. Yeah, it says Aussie D. Yeah, Aussie D has this weapon, man. Maybe that is, yeah, this one isn't yours, man. I thought you were saying you were Aussie D. I'm like, what? Let me send it to you on Discord. I think you had a different weapon. That's what ended up happening. This is actually Aussie D who has this one. I remember the one you sent a while ago. Okay. I'll kind of screenshot it and then I'll bring it to the front here. Hang on, guys. Hang on just a second. I just want to make sure we got this here. I'll share. We're gonna go with photo saved. Okay. Go back. Yeah, I'm gonna post it right in the Discord so you can see it right now. Oh, no. And then we'll continue. I just got to keep rolling on this one here. Go like this. There we go. All right, it's sending right now. So if you want to check out the Discord, you can go from there. All right, let's continue here. I'm going to go with OCD on this one. I remember the one that you sent earlier on. But here we go. All right. Oh, I got to stop doing that. Yeah. All right. Number 4. Number 4 is the Deadly Breaker. This thing is so stinking deadly. When it hits you, your body's going to explode. It's going to break every bone. It's going to break you mentally, physically, and everything else. And when your mom cries behind you, it's going to break her too because it's got a range of 2. Oh, you got to love those freaking long axes. Let's see what makes this thing tick. But before I do, actually, I want to say thank you, OCD, for this submission. With that being said, the damage gets a freaking sweet boost. You're going from a 70 up to an 80. That's a 10 boost. And then you're looking at the top end damage of a 95 up to 108. That is 13 extra damage. This thing is on par with a great axe in terms of its damage being 80 to 100. So you can hit people at different lengths and destroy their mentality, their will, and everything else. And also, this thing gets another decrease here, at least in the fatigue drop from going 14 to 4, from 14 to 8. I knew I was messing that one up. I should have stopped earlier, but sometimes you just got to keep going with it. You just got to keep going. I wonder if anyone ever got a named weapon that was max roll on every stat. Yep. I'm sure it had to have happened. Of all the named weapons that have ever been picked up for the 5 years that the game's been out, there has to be one. You look at this one right here. Look how close the Necromancer's Bodkin is. That thing is one away from here and one away from here. They're literally one off on both sides. I think some people are going to be... There's going to be a few people that are going to live and die by this weapon to say, there's no way that's not number 1. But we have to be realistic about it. So here we go. All right, so back to it. Take 4, apparently. Number 4. Number 4 is the Deadly Breaker. This thing is meant to break your will. It'll hit you. It'll break your bones. It'll break your mother's bones when she's crying behind you, saying, oh, baby, it's going to be dead. Everything's done. It's over with. That reach. Ooh, it's so sweet. I want to give a shout out to OCD for this amazing weapon. The damage on this thing is going to make your gut gurgle. So here we go. The long axe. Its base damage is going to be 70. You're getting a jump to 80. That's 10 bonus damage on the base end of it all. And then your top end damage going from 95 up to 108. That's 13 extra damage. Really, this thing being at 80 to 108 is on par with a great axe. So you're hitting people from 2 different lengths away and killing them. My favorite thing. That's the point, right? Killing things in Battle Brothers. Who would have thought? Now, the next difference in this weapon is the max fatigue going from 14 to 8. So anybody can wield this thing and have a high-o time killing the competition. The only other thing I got to say about this is in the long-standing battles that happen throughout the battlefield, you're going with the durability from 72 up to an 86. Got to love this weapon. Definitely worth number 4. Okay, there we go. Okay, you sold it. I want that axe. Very good. Can I get a link to the Discord? I can't find it. Yes, I will. In fact, I can I'll get it to you right now. Give me just a second. I will get you that. Just gotta fly through this. Oh, what am I doing? Don't go that far, Puggo. Yeah, I need to get a universal... My sister was talking to me about this. Like, I'd never dealt with Discord prior, but you can make a universal Discord link, so that way it's really easy for people to find you. I just haven't done it. I don't know how to do it just yet. I'm going to figure that out here before long. So here you go. There you go. Just added it to Discord. Whew, that's fun. This is why I love it. If you guys want to submit weapons, please submit those weapons. This is what you get to experience, man. I love doing this for people. Thanks, hoping chat. Wait, hold on. Thanks, I was hoping chat would help. Yeah, oh, for sure. Okay, so now we're at number 3. Number 3 is going to be Dan Bailey Cooper, and I'm just going to call it Dan Bailey Cooper's sword. Great sword. Oh, man. Why? Because I said so. That's why. Oh, my. Get ready for this. Now I got to come up with something creative. Here we go. Number 3. Number 3 is Dan Bailey Cooper's great axe. Great sword. Oh, my gosh. It's not a great axe. It's not a great axe. Oh, my gosh. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to save this. So we ended up going into the 300s. This last weapon worked out great. I just need to make sure I don't mix these up. Delete that. Delete that. All right, start clean. Also, Puggo, I posted my famed axe to you. Okay, sweet. That was the old one, right? And I'm going to do a named weapon dump tomorrow or Monday. Here's the thing. Just remember, you only get one submission. You only get one submission a week. So pick one of your greatest and then send it. The rules are, I need to get the rules more refined, but the main thing is no Legends mod, because they pump named weapons nonstop, and then also no weapons named weapons mods or starting weapons mods. You can't use those. I can't detect that, but I'm just trusting the community to be honest about it. So please do the right thing. Prevent forest fires. Okay, Bob Ganoush. All right, here we go. Number 3. Number 3 is Dan Bailey Cooper's greatsword. Why? Because I couldn't find the name of the greatsword. What the heck is up with that? None the less. If you see that damage, just know it's going to kill your friends. Okay? This thing is going to kill your friends' attitude towards life, because they're going to look at this and say, I wish I had that. Yeah, you do. You do wish you had that. This thing's AoE is going to constantly chop people down. It's almost a top end named freaking... Oh, man, I'm losing my luster on that one. I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. We shall delete that one. What do we want to say? Give me something clever here. No mods yet, running clean. Good. I don't mind people using mods. It's just there's some people that use mods for named weapons. I think that farming, that has got to destroy the game. I would never, ever in a million years, and I can show you, use those type of mods, because it's just... That's just too much. Actually, I thought I had... Yeah, right here, my data. Here's the mods I'm using. Fast, hooks, pause, and tryout talents. So there, you guys can see right away that I'm not messing with that. But, yeah, that's a big thing. Mods are for tryhards. Yep. Not even tryhards. I don't think you're trying too hard. I think you're trying too easy to win. I would consider myself a tryhard. I do everything in my power to be the best. I'm just joking. Not true. I'm eventually going to, I'm sure, but I have lots of hours to log. That a boy. That a boy. So here we go. What do we got here again? Dan Bailey. It's so weird. I'm so used to seeing the name of the weapon and then using my form of thought around that weapon. The only thing I think it was Dan Bailey. So here we go. Number 3. Number 3 is Dan Bailey Cooper's greatsword. Why? Because I could not find the name of this weapon. Oh, yeah. But let's be real, guys, for a second here. The damage on this thing will obliterate anything. I mean, this thing is meant to tear every person that's in front of them into pieces. It is a beautifully crafted sword, as it says in the description. Can't fight any of that language. But nonetheless, guys, let's get into what makes it tick. So, oh, and by the way, thank you, Dan Bailey Cooper, because this is like extra advertisement for you. Nonetheless, the greatsword itself goes from an 85 baseline damage to 110. That is the top end for a famed greatsword. So yeah, you are killing a lot of things pretty easily at a 25 boost. Then you're talking about going from 100 top end damage to 129. That is almost the top end at 130 being the absolute top. But 29 extra damage isn't going to hurt anybody else's feelings except for the person you're killing. Now, on top of that, you get a boost to the percentage of ignoring armor. My God, I don't even know what else to tell you guys. This is ridiculously sick. You get a 13% extra damage on the top end, or not on the top end, but let's start over. It's so hard. I always do. I've never had this before where I didn't have the actual name of this. Dan Bailey Cooper, that just makes me think of just normal life stuff. Like, I can't get unique with normal life stuff. Let's see here. Call the Bailiff's Bailey, maybe. Oh, that's good. Bailiff's Bailey. I could go with that. The speed mod is incredible, and it's great for YouTubers. I think every YouTuber should use it because otherwise their series go on so long. Have you ever thought of doing a series that about the Community's brothers? I bet it would be fun for us to share our faves on Discord somehow. Explain that one a little more to me. I want to see what you mean. Building the Dagger Bro is my next goal. Oh, dude, for sure. And if you want to talk about Dagger Bros, look at that weapon right there. Yeah, we're going to get into that next. But we got to finish this one up. So we're going to go with I'll call it the Bailiff's Bailey. And I'll even like add it in there. Make it look like this. All right, here we go. Number 3. Number 3 is the Bailiff's Bailey. Yes, this weapon is the Bailiff's favorite executioner's weapon. It'll tear your head clean off into the basket, then look at the people in the crowd and say, next, next, and you're just going to kill all the civilians. It's going to get crazy. Pretty much a crazy maniac named Dan Bailey freaking Cooper ended up using this weapon, killing everybody in the crowd. I'm just saying that's my thought. That's how I think of it. I don't know what to tell you. The thing is dangerous. Let's get into what makes it tick. So when we look at the great sword and its damage, it goes from 85 to 100. This weapon up top, though, is next level. It almost hit the top end of named weapons in terms of the highest of damage. The highest it can be is 110 to 130. This thing is one off at 129. Good freaking night. That is going to kill anybody in those AoE sweeps. And then when we talk about the ignoring armor, don't even get me started with this thing. You're talking about a 38% ignoring armor potential going from 25. That is 13 extra damage, or 13 extra percent rather, killing whoever it is that you're hitting. This weapon was meant for the trenches, meant for the people in the crowd, and man oh man is it worth that number 3. And that freaking noise. I'm gonna have to edit that out. What did you guys think about that one? I don't know. I was kind of like in and out on it, but I feel like it might be worth the 3. I'll put it as 3. Oh, so our builds. Oh, yeah, that's good. We could do something like that. Somebody else brought that up, so it's good to hear other people say the same thing. Time with the company, kills, loadouts, and such. Love seeing other builds getting new views on perks. Oh, yeah, you know what? I like that. How about this? If you're in the Discord, bring that up to the guys. Have them send their brothers and their stats and stuff. And maybe we'll make that work. I would like to see that. It was good, I think. Okay, good take overall. Very good. All right, so let's get on to the next one here. We only got 2 left. And boy, oh boy, is it going to be fun. Here we go. Mitch to Dragon. I got to remember that. Mitch to Dragon, Necromancer's Bodkin. Hang on one second here. Just got to... Okay, we'll go with that. All right. A little inspiration here. And here we go. Number 2. Nope. I didn't like the way I said that. No. Don't do whatever that is. Try that again here. Number 2. Number 2 is the Necromancer's Bodkin. Oh yes, this little needle is going to pop you in the eye, make you feel really nasty because all that juice is going to fall down your nose off the edge, and you're going to be looking at the guy saying, why the hell did you do that? And he's going to be like, don't worry, after I kill you, I'm going to bring you back to life anyways. It's a Necromancer's Bodkin. Duh. That's just how it works. This thing's going to resurrect you. It's going to give you new life inside. Or it's going to tear you out and you're going to go into Davcool and then you'll see new life there. Nonetheless, guys, I want to give a shout out to Mitch 2 Dragon. Thank you for this weapon. This is the pinnacle, almost the pinnacle, of a high-rolled freaking dagger. The Cuddle Dagger, this thing is nuts, okay? The top end damage that you can get out of the Cuddle Dagger is a 39 to 59. And it's one off from that. And then the ignoring armor at 35, it can go up to 36. I'm bringing this up because I want you to understand how close this thing is to the top end. Now, when you look at the Cuddle Dagger, it's 30 to 45. Again, this thing is at 39 to 58. Now, if you think about that, a fighting axe is 35 to 55. give you an idea, you get 3 strikes with this with the mastery. It is absolutely sick, sick, sick. It's going to make everybody in your family feel like they got coronavirus because this thing's that freaking nasty. Now, at number 2, totally worth it. Great weapon. Let's get into the next one. And, of course, that noise. So is it just me, or the Cuddle Dagger gets weaker in the late game? No, I don't. I don't think so. That's just me. 3 shots in the one. When you look at how much damage this thing's going to do in getting into people's health, I think it's very, very, very nice. That's just me. I think it's a great weapon. I use it. I use it on the Viper quite a bit. It's just the situation. Here's what I think the best way to use the Cuddle Dagger is. If you guys look at my playthrough right now, I have a great sword like this. I have the Grimlong Blade. I'm using that with the Cuddle Dagger as my switch out, you know. And then if I'm facing multiple people, I'm using the Grimlong Blade. But when I'm one-on-one, this bad boy is coming out, and it's going to kill everybody. Stab, 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 kill, stab. That's what I like to hear. Yes. Oh, too much. Yeah, cause of armor, and it's harder to inflict status effects. I don't agree. I'll say this. I don't agree with that, because if you guys go to my channel, watch the Cuddle Dagger versus the Mad Barbarian. That was kind of a claim to fame. I ended up killing it with just the Cuddle Dagger, the base Cuddle Dagger, and I caused injuries on him, stabbing him every turn. So that is possible. Overwhelm makes it insane. That's one of my builds as well. If you go to that video, maybe I can post it here even. But the thing is, that weapon was insane. Especially with the Overwhelm, you can pretty much eliminate any target with that Overwhelm. I'm gonna pull that up right now. I'll put it in the chat so you guys can see it. If you haven't already seen this video, definitely worth a look-see. It's not a hard build to make either. I'll get that up right now. Hang on. It is right. Here it is. You're going to probably hear it in the background for a moment. Maybe not. No, I got it. Check this video out, and that will answer your guys' questions on how good the Cuddle Dagger is. So right here. All right. Ooh. Okay. All right, let's continue this then. YouTube is acting up on me. It's saying to me, you need to, all the viewers are experiencing lag. Hopefully you guys aren't experiencing too much lag. All right, so here we go. Number 2 is done. Now we're going to go on to number 1, and then after we're done with this, guys, we can call it. I'm going to set this all up so it's ready to rock and roll. This is a number 2. And if you, I could show you guys more, like how I put the videos together, but I don't know if you want to go that far. I can put on music while I'm doing it too, so it's not just me, my voice, my nasty voice. I always find it to switch normally dagger to dag down Orc Warrior. Yeah, the morale checks is the big thing with Orc Warriors. They, for some reason, get really high morale checks. That's how I win against those big fights. It's the attempts. It's the best way, in my opinion, to win. That's one reason why I love the handguns against Orc Young, because when you kill a mass amount of Orc Young, the morale checks just spark a wildfire on all the other Orcs, including the Orc Warriors. So anyways, here we go. Savage Destroyer, ODS, get ready for this one. This one will be yours. Oh yeah, here we go. And now, the one you've all been waiting for, number 1. Number 1 is the Savage Destroyer. Oh my gosh, just think of the Mad Barbarian just crapping himself out in the woods, and a guy walks up and says, "Hey, I got this for you." And he just puts his hands out and kills himself. I don't know where I was going with that one, actually, guys. I'm gonna stop that one. I don't know why he's taking a crap in the woods, but you know, that was some candid stuff right there. I'm a resolve whore. In my 400-day game, 5 screams from a Geist before the flag appears, period. That's what I like to hear. See, and that's my mentality too. I absolutely love it as well. All right, here we go. Oh man, sorry, you guys can hear all the noises. Oh no, not that. It's got to be. Okay, here we go. And now, the one you've all been waiting for. Number 1. Number 1 is the Savage Destroyer. Oh my gosh, man. When I think of this thing, I think of a wild man out in the woods just thrashing his hands through the branches and running up to a bear and hugging him and then snapping his freaking neck, finding it the Savage Destroyer pulling out of its back and stuff. I don't know what the hell I'm going with. The point is this thing is insanely devastating. It is going to rip things down the middle and make them feel ooey gooey inside. At least they'll know that they're ooey gooey because this thing is so deadly. I want to give ODS a special shout out for this amazing weapon. I literally, when I look at this thing, I get a little woozy inside myself because I think of how devastating this thing can be against any ancient undead and pretty much anything in the game. You almost can one-shot with this, besides of course lindworms and unholds, but unholds are going to definitely take an injury or cry themselves to sleep at night because of how damaging this thing can be. So let's look at the Bardiche and see what makes this thing tick. So the Bardiche itself goes from 75 baseline up to a 97. That is absurd. That's 22 extra damage on the baseline, and then on top of that, you get you're going from 95 up to 123. That is 28 extra freaking damage again. I could sing this thing all the way out. That is, guys, when you hit something, it's gonna feel it. End of story. And again, that boosts all the other stats. So when you look at the ignoring armor at 52%, that's a 12 increase. The highest this thing can get to is a 56. Now, any shot has the potential at 50 ignoring armor damage. 50%, 50 damage. Gosh, I keep losing it. I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing my luster. Nice. You can tell Puggo isn't a Halo fan. You know what's funny? I hate Halo. Dun dun dun. I'll explain in a second. And now, the one you've all been waiting for. Number 1. Number 1 is the Savage Destroyer. Oh, just take all the savages out in the snow, all the savages from the south, the nomads, they can all come together, kill each other, and through the blood will rise the Savage Destroyer. It's almost something out of a novel that you've never heard of before because it just didn't matter, but really, this thing truly does matter. You can do anything with this weapon. You can birth babies from this weapon if you wanted to. I don't know. The night is young. Let's just have fun with it. The point is, this thing is devastating. I want to give a shout out to ODST, etc., etc. This guy is great. I want to thank you for that weapon, man. Let's get into what makes this thing tick. So starting out with the Bardiche at its baseline, it's 75, and it gets a boost up to 97. That's 22 extra damage. Just baseline. Absurd? Yes, definitely is. Then you go from your top end damage at 95 up to 123. Good freaking night. 28 damage of sweet goodness getting into your opponent's flesh. Unholds will cry themselves to sleep if they get hit by this thing. Lindworms want to turn around and whip their tail because they're scared of what you can be. It is absurd, this damage. And then, as we always talk about, pure damage boosts everything else when it comes to the effectiveness against armor, ignoring armor, all that good stuff. But this thing gets another boost in terms of the ignoring armor up to 52. That's a 12% increase. And it has any one of these named weapons of a Bardiche can have a top end of 56. Again, absurd. Absurd. Okay? The point with this is, when you hit somebody, you have the potential of 52 hit point damage. You have even more potential, almost up to 70 damage to their hit points off of one strike. Good. Oh gosh, guys, I'm having a dream. I'm having a wet dream, and I'm having a freaking nightmare all at once. It's insane. So yeah, congratulations on number 1. You are entered into the monthly contest, guys. If you did enjoy this, please hit the like, subscribe, send those weapons, join the Discord, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. There you go. And there's the episode. Unsubscribed. How the hell am I going to do that? Look over and see that crap right there. We need to do... Okay. We need to do... Wait, hold up. We need to do us a Puggo Discord Among Us night. What? Should we tell him? Yeah. Now you should unsubscribe. Oh, well, what the hell is this? How did I deserve such an awesome crowd? You bastards. You stinking bastards. I made that so good. You guys got to see my flaws in its entirety. And you gotta love it. You gotta love it. I'm true to my colors here. Y'all know on the fly I did every one of these videos, every one of these. Now I just need to put them together, and yeah, go to town on it because yeah, life and such. But hopefully you guys did enjoy that. Of course, again, if you have been watching this, if you had enjoyed this, if you haven't already subscribed, I definitely encourage you to do so. And also, yeah, I love you guys, even though I hate Halo. No, guys, the truth about Halo for me, I'll get into that and then we'll call it. I was a PlayStation. I was a PlayStation guy growing up. I never switched to Xbox. My buddy had Xbox, my best friend. He was a huge Halo lover. And I got into Call of Duty over Halo. I thought it was better. I mean, I'm talking early days of Call of Duty. Oh, geez. I remember the Marty Doms, or whatever the heck they're called. Among Us is awesome. Oh, you're saying to do it? I see you have Roblox on your computer. My nephew is a huge Roblox fan, and I have not played it. I struggle with it. I struggle with playing it. I'm not a big fan. But yeah, Halo to me, though, there's certain games that always competed with each other, and in that era, Halo 1, Halo 2 was kind of a competitor that for multiplayers, I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't that I didn't play it enough, so yeah, you can say I sucked, because that was probably more than likely true. Not even probably, it was true. I was not good at the game, but I wasn't a big fan. Really, my favorite game at the time, during that, even over Call of Duty, was, what was that game called? It had their weapon called the Redeemer. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It was called the Redeemer. It had this it was like pretty much a nuke that you could shoot during the contest, and you're up in space and stuff. Oh, what was it called? Gosh, I can't think of what it was called. Insane. ODST is from Halo, and 117 is Master Chief's number. Oh, how about that? How about that? This guy. Now that makes more sense. I do understand that, but my goodness. Oh, man. I want to thank all you guys, though, for coming out to the channel. Means a lot. I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I had it in my head what I wanted to do. But, you know, you guys pretty much made it. I appreciate all the hard work that you guys did helping me decide this. And also helping me get out of my little box of interesting goodies, because I say wild stuff when I'm recording, as you can probably already tell. But that's what we're going to call it, guys. Thanks again. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.